afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Psych Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. Again. In the West, we got VonClausewitz fighting for for Germany, Deutschland. That's definitely not America. For the Reich. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzerdivision versus in the East, we got... Well, we just call him Dean, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. I don't know what his name is. He doesn't have any English alternate names there, aliases. And his profile pic is a picture of a cat with a hat. Cute little hat, but you know. Anyways, fighting here for the 1st Armored Division. We got Special Operations, Elite Armored and Overwatch versus Dean's Mechanized Company with all infantry on both sides. Nothing in between. Sturmpionier moving out here swiftly towards the compartment here. I was trying to double click and get there for some reason. Things shifted and I double clicked on that instead. My mistake. All the way hitting the point here, wiring off to deny the armies any easy cover. Of course, you know, full up to grab the points here. They've got the dart truck out here very early on for Dean. And he's gonna... Oh, you can actually capture territory like that? Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually pretty neat. All the way he's pushing out hard there with the dart truck swiftly sweeping in and seizing territory. Wiring off cover here. We got the liaison saying Northwoods there. Rifle squad almost done for Dean and the 1st Armoured Division. VonClausewitz with a very early raket maneuver, indicating he's got a pretty good idea there what Dean is playing at. They might have played before a few times, can have there at the higher ranks. You know, you sort of searching at a certain point, you keep going to the same guy, you kind of get an idea what he's playing at. It's that VonClausewitz just has a really good hunch. Or maybe she's been playing against a lot of mechanized. I don't know, we'll see. On the drive there is a Sturmpanzer, more folks following up there for VonClausewitz, more infantry. Liaison's there, taking some hits from this rifleman there, suffering a single loss there. Wasn't able to quite fortify that position. Up north there, tanks has been dug in by Dean with a 2nd rifle squad on the way. Lots of cover there being dug overall. While as well here, forces pushing straight for the car point. Dodge truck continue its southern little route. I imagine VonClausewitz will be going for more full screen like Kholodny sees in the northern field point. Heading the point here, and we can see that lots of barbed wire tank traps. He's laying down his own sandbags. They could very likely get wired off as well. Rifleman squad number 2 almost done there for Dean and the 1st Armoured. 2nd Panzerdivision there, digging in, ready to repulse any American counterattacks. But so far, I mean, there's actually not been a lot of shooting going on there. Not a lot of action as such. Despite you'd figure an early mechanized with dart trucks, you know, kind of be all shooty, bang, bang, pew, pew stuff does. Instead, it's kind of, you know, a lot more quiet than you just expect. There we go, big centralized counterattack to push back VonClausewitz off the cuff point here. Nice work there, noting in this case he actually used the reactions as bait to draw the photos away here from the cover, and then he charged him with the rifle from the north. Nice play there, I think, by Dean. Reactions pushed back with the Sturmpanzer. The Sturmpanzer is very low on health. They need to get moving, grab territory. More full screen is out. 3rd rifle squad on the way there for Dean and America. Dart truck there seizing territory. Overall nice use of the truck there by Dean, and I imagine he'll be upgrading it soon as well. You know, a pretty good investment there for him so far for just 200 manpower. You can compare with the Kubelwagen, which costs 10 manpower more. He's doing quite well with that one. Adding the 50 caliber there, which costs 45 munitions, of course, totally makes them more expensive than the Kubelwagen, but if you're not fighting, it's a pretty good, you know, bet. Plus, it can do a lot more than the Kubelwagen in the longer run. There's a lot more flexibility. 4th full scale squad there for VonClausewitz. That's a lot of full grenadiers here, and not a single Panzerfaust. There you go, 50 caliber being added. Light's going to pop in the rifle squad here to fire. It could also just pop in the re-echelons if you wanted to, but I'm imagining... Oh, it is re-echelon? It's not, apparently. He's just keeping this as a support weapon. In the centre, full was a rifleman here. Bit of focus there by Dean with more folks to deal with the rifleman there. There you go, big push. On the south, sneaking up there to flank the rifleman there. Good move by VonClausewitz. No sign of the truck yet, and up north they're hitting in. Dart truck being rushed southwards as he realises there's no need for it up north. Quick decision making there by Dean. Ambulance on the way there for him as well to heal up his troops. Prepares men for the fight against the Krauts by healing them up. There we go, got a truck on the way there for VonClausewitz, the Schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper. Filters on watch there, points being seized here. Wiring off the sandbags. He's very consistent with his barbed wire, by the way. That is very commendable, in fact. And, you know, again, I really want to mention that because I've got a lot of players that not do a lot with barbed wire, but Dean here is just an absolute, just wire man. I don't know what else to call it. Sturm has been cut down with the rifle, not good there for VonClausewitz. Need to get the Sturm ponies out of there very fast. And losing the Sturm ponies like that would be quite senseless, and already they're just a really bad engagement. There's no point in keeping on fighting it. Folks need to flank it, catch the rifle a bit off guard. No grenades here, so can't really just deal with this. Racing can try and support, but I don't think it's going to work out too well there. Got the truck out. Could be battle group headquarters, could be mechanized. I mean, with all the full he does have, I think battle group headquarters make a lot more sense for VonClausewitz. A lot more sense. But they're taking heavy damage, need to retreat, and they need to retreat soon before they're annihilated there by Dean. Ooh, the Kholodny appears, gets off a nice hit, could have gone for the second rocket there on the dart truck taking out, but no. Oh! Close one there, actually, really close. Unfortunately, they're being outflanked by the rifleman, but then inside the house, that's not too bad here for them. Rifleman takes a loss, there's Bobby Joe, pops dead, and no, we get a mechanized right here from VonClausewitz. I was actually anticipating battle group headquarters. I mean, usually 4 full Scandinavian builds tend to indicate battle group headquarters, and you kind of want those to be healed up consistently, but no, VonClausewitz is aiming for mechanized. A bold move there. Rifleman versus full Scandinavian, this is Sturm pioneers removed. We got bars up here for Dean, and we got the captain on the way. Very interesting overall order here of things for him to do things. Early dart shot before he even begins going for rifleman. Takes up for bars before he begins taking out there. I mean, that is highly unusual. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely not the sort of build order I am used to seeing at all from most American players. So, I mean, it's very interesting to sort of note that way how Dean is very much breaking with the usual sort of American plays. Not wildly, of course, but still he's notably, still breaking with them. The way sort of the order he's doing them, which I would say is quite interesting. Basically, they're being charged for the Sturm pioneers, going straight here for the fuel point. And for the center of the rifleman, we got bars up there, of course. Noting in this case they've been double barbed, which makes them really nasty, and so it's going to force VonClausewitz out to upgrade his Volkskanus because they're also going to get trounced. Looks on the way there, Captain on the way, that's kind of being anti-tankant, which of course is going to be pretty great here for Dean in dealing with that. Oh, he's going to struggle a bit there, versus that looks like the Aufklärungspanzer. Machine guns I think will be a pretty good idea for VonClausewitz versus all of Dean's infantry, which certainly helps slow him down. Of course there's the dart truck to keep in mind, but considering the way so far he's using it, which is very much as a support weapon platforming, we so far haven't seen actually mount infantry in it, which is very interesting. There you go, another layer of sandbags. At this rate, I'd not be surprised to see Dean Wilder often has to lay another sandbag, but then the problem is he can't stay in the point. Anyways, right moving up here, engaging straight to the Volksgrenadiers. Got Grandhand Grenade off there, falls out into the open, hitting the cuff point there, very nice play in the south from VonClausewitz. Volksgrenadiers clashing out of the Racing's rifleman. And there you go, forcing retreat. Lux is almost down there for VonClausewitz. Cuff point there hit. Volksgrenadiers moving up, noting by way that VonClausewitz has lost a Volksgrenadier squad already, and it looks like he's been up there by his victory point. That is not good. Unless you are Dean and the Americans, in which case it's amazing. Packhouse on the way there for Dean in the early game. He's apparently not anticipating. He looks or he doesn't care. Either way, Packhouse was kind of rare, despite I would say being pretty good. So, very interesting build there. They got the Lux charging in and pushing back the captain. Rather than there, finds a bit of a sticky spot as well. If they are not careful. Getting blasted out in the open by the Lux, and it's auto cannon. Points there being seized. Points up north being seized as well. A rifleman there being routed. Troops are reinforcing healing. Pack cards on the way there for Dean. And done. We'll have to see what goes for next. We got bazookas up that help deal with the Lux. And he's now mounting an ace, forming up a mobile anti-tank team. The Lux is moving ahead. I don't think then VonClausewitz is anticipating this is also only heartening again that Dean does have a particular advantage. In this case is the element of surprise against Dean, who does not seem to be anticipating a lot of Dean's moves. And there you go. Bazooka truck is on the move here. A bazooka car? Bazooka bug? I don't know. Anyways, Lux almost going down, but he might be able to get the dart truck here. And close one there, but it actually gets... Oh, don't push hit the Lux yet. Toss what? Rifleman northwards to the bars backing them up. We got a single Kholodny for trying to hold that back. that's definitely not going to work out. Machine guns flying around there for Clausewitz. Very good. Calf point being hit. And again, another layer of sandbags on the barbed wire. Fixing up the ambulance, which took damage. Fixing up the dodge truck. Very thorough work there by Dean. Straight into a mine here, taking a few rifle losses there. Seizing the northern victory point, noting by the way that Dean does have a lead here from Clausewitz right now in victory points. Finally in the centre there, folks, is going to have to retreat soon. There's simply too many Americans and not enough Germans. Folks, they're heading for the munitions point. Losing the northern fuel point there is not good. Heading for the centre there. In the north, we got the machine gun backing up there, though. Folks is attacking from the other side, trying to threaten the cut-off or retreat path. Nice push there, I think, from Clausewitz to try and push back. And there we go. Second doctrine chosen is Elite Armoured. So it's Elite Armoured versus Mechanized. Interesting choices there. Could have gone for that sooner. So maybe a 221/223 up fast. That way, you know, secure himself fuel faster for tanks faster. And he can, of course, still do that. Nothing in the world prevents him from going for that now. It's not some sort of magical cut-off point where suddenly can't build the 221. I mean, probably didn't want to after a certain point, but like, you're not like prevented from by relic. Like, they're not like, you know, just crossing over the button after a certain point, going like, nope, you can't build it anymore. You hack your time, you tosser. Bar up there for the captain. Looks good to go. There you go, El Capitan out in the open. They found themselves under intense fire from the Lux. I like to Aufklärungspanzer. Dean Hamilton said, oh, good map control. This is for Clausewitz, which is definitely a problem for Clausewitz. Another machine gun could be an idea. You can see the Dean has already taken the head for the majors. Going to pull out armour. Von Clausewitz is a bit behind. They will likely need a second academy to have a chance.
We're losing a capture point.
Wants to concede. Pack cowards are there. Well, we got slightly nerfed. Now it's 5 instead of 6 crews, so it's a bit easier to clear out. We got mines down there to prevent a Lux rush there. Byron will be sort of shiny if he tries to push that far and then tries to sneak away. He's going to get hit by that mine and then be an easy target to finish off. A lot of mine games there potentially. And von Clausewitz is going for another Maschinengewehr. This is all these verdammte Amerikaner. Again, not a bad choice at all. You've certainly seen what a lot of machine guns can do in recent episodes. Looks they're pursuing the rifle. We've got full marines to support as well. They're caring for nearby to back it all up in case of something nasty happening. He's basically, in this case, I think anticipating the Lux is going to draw the attention of the bazooka car there, and he's going to then have something ready there to deal with it. Pushing the north, we got the pack out to firing off. Sturm pioneers from retreat. Fighting over the southern munition point there. Dodge truck spotted, but Kholodny have good mean to deal with it. It's just hanging back, looks like northwards. Pack outs there so far yet to kill a single thing, but that could quickly change. It's firing at the house though. Well, Clausewitz here to take up. You have to go for the 221. Not really seeing much of it. But you should definitely consider taking up faster because otherwise he's going to get hit by tanks though. I mean, that's really not going to change. I mean, I imagine here that Dean is basically going to push for the 76mm German as soon as he can, and that way begin really putting the hurt on von Clausewitz. And von Clausewitz, of course, there's no real way of stopping that. I mean, he's an intermediate solution could be going for a Puma, using the heat rounds and that to try and stop the Sherman. That can work, but it is pretty risky. Not as risky as it would be an EC8 or T-45, but you know, it's still kind of risky. But we'll see what he ends up doing. Whatever happens, though, he probably should start making some sort of long-term decision, you know, soon. And there you go. Trot on the way there for Clausewitz. Very good. So good. Again, 2-1, 2-3 to help with the fuel is going to, I think, be very crucial here. I mean, in this regard, Dean very much has the fuel edge, and he's going to have the tank edge. So there we go. 2-1 on the way. Captain again blasted with the Lux up close. 5 kills. Machine gun being blasted by the pack howitzer. And there goes 76mm Sherman on the way there for Dean and the 1st Armoured Division. No, pack cows were primarily been part of either Mountain Infantry Division or I believe Paratrooper Division, since they're kind of made for, you know, units that did not have easy access to trucks where they're sort of be going, and again included Paratroopers or Mountain Infantry. So, little fun note there. Little fun note there. 2-1 almost on there for Clausewitz. Sherman halfway done for Dean. He could use the Captain Barway to supervise and speed up the production, but for all of his other, I would say, rather solid technical skills, apparently supervision is not one of them. I mean, it's not obviously a huge deal, but, you know, it's something to help get out tanks faster. Looks they're slowly approaching Veterans E2. Machine gun holding up there. Bit low on health, I need to be careful about that. Schwer punted quarters up here. Bit aggressive positioning, but not too aggressive either. And note, by the way, munitions cache going up for Dean, planning something in the longer run with munitions. I wonder what that could be. I mean, possibly a lot of grenades, support weapons, or combined arms. That would certainly not be a bad idea. I mean, support abilities. I mean, it could also be exactly a mistake. Exactly, he was planning a fuel cache, but misclicked and wasn't paying attention. In which case, that'd be kind of awkward for him. We'll have to see how he makes use of it. Forces them hot pursuit of the dart struck. Might try and panther and take it out. Nope, doesn't happen. Sherman moving in there. And we got the 223 already upgraded here for VonClausewitz, carrying extra fuel. Basically twice as much fuel as you would get out of the point normally. So basically instead of the 7 it says, he's actually getting 14 fuel out of the point. Which is actually quite a bunch. So that should be quickly ending itself in terms of fuel, and quickly just be adding fuel here to VonClausewitz's holds, and that way ensure you can get out tanks faster. Schwer punted course revealed, Luke's running in here. The trick is how Dean will react to this. Pack counters could be an option, and with one it's going to take quite a bit of a while, anti-tank guns, another just rushing it with tanks. You could also just try and ignore it, but Dean so far does not strike me as the type to try and ignore that. And if you can get rid of the Schwer punted quarters from VonClausewitz and the second puzzle shown, it's going to be in a really bad spot. Love to see what he ends up doing there. And there we go, we got a fuel cache up, so again, maybe this was a mistake, or maybe he's just planning to get a fuel and munitions cache just to have more resources. It's hard to say exactly what's going on. It might in fact also be spurred on by the arrival of the 223, and you can see again his opponent's getting a lot more fuel, so maybe Dean is feeling a bit of pressure there. It's hard to say. I mean, he's definitely not your average American player in that regard. It's certainly interesting sort of thing to try and predict him. And he's going for double pack houses. Wow, you do not see that. Definitely not on 1v1s. I mean, double pack houses would definitely look like he's going to try and just blast the Schwer punted quarters into oblivion. And it's going to be difficult for Clutch to deal with that because he's got no artillery that can sort of seriously counter that. So we'll have to see what he actually ends up doing, but double pack howitzers, wow. VonClausewitz, by the way, might want to consider some orbital down with a light machine gun, since that could put some pressure on Dean and his infantry, which would certainly help VonClausewitz gain, I think, a bit more ground back. Sherman on watch there, 1 kill so far. And there we go. Second pack out right now, he's moving the other one up here on the ridge to begin bombarding the Schwer punted quarters by the looks of it. So yeah, he's basically going to use double pack cards to try and destroy it. It's going to be difficult there for VonClausewitz to close in and deal with it, because he's got no tanks, so the Sherman's going to be a bit of a difficult thing to deal with. He could of course try and flank from the south. You can see that he's actually trying to prevent any direct movements towards it. Again, Dean has some very interesting skills there in terms of sort of battlefield control. Like, he focuses a lot on, you know, the small elements like, you know, barbed wire, which is not something you see from a lot of players, so it's very interesting. Also note again, more light into deeper ones. There you go, Luke's moving in. Sherman is in the way, of course he's lacking any way to deal with it. Like Kenov joining in, but it's not enough. He's looking going to lose the looks. Like Kenov opening up, he's got 2 up now, that's good. Sherman could get taken down, but still, any approach is going to be difficult since there's a lot of infantry nearby. Almost got the Sherman there, but it's not quite enough. That we got smoke screens off. Like Kenov's going to move in, but he can't catch up, and there's too many infantrymen in the way, so Dean is able to save his Sherman tank for VonClausewitz, or from VonClausewitz, while again threatening the Schwer punted quarters with the double pack out. We got a Panther on the way from VonClausewitz, good. Again, Orbison I think would also be a good choice to help attack that position. VonClausewitz leads him to realizing one thing, which is, if he's focusing everything to defend those double pack cards, they're trying to take this down. One option, of course, is to try and destroy it head on, but the other one just going to attack him elsewhere and you force him to have to respond to this, which could then open up the pack card. So that's, I think, what he's doing here basically from VonClausewitz. Instead of just trying to bash his head into a wall, is actually trying to force Dean to have to react to his movements. So very interesting moves there by VonClausewitz. Very good response, I think. Panzer IV, though, halfway down there. Of course, I think he's going for the Panzer IV because he's feeling more pressure than anything, because the Panzer IV is not amazing versus the 76 was shown. And in this situation, he'd really want the Panther. Or maybe a Yak Panzer. But I suspect he's feeling the pressure and wants to go for the Panzer IV. At least it's something he knows to deal with infantry. And he's probably also worried he cannot stall for long enough to just get a Panther out, because the Schwer Panther goes down to less than half health already. And the double pack couch will soon begin, you know, delivering more pain. In fact, he's going to straight up attack it head on as well. In fact, taking advantage of then VonClausewitz, you know, trying to distract him, to actually take advantage of the distraction he's causing to then attack head on. Further punishment down. He almost got the Sturmpanier as well there. Very sneaky play there by being very aggressive, bold. You got the Panzer IV, but you need to be careful. Of course, there's a lot of bazooka teams about, and of course, there's still the 76 Sherman that kept going in there. I think VonClausewitz is starting to get desperate, and Dean could capitalize on this. There we go. He's going to charge straight into it. He wants to take out the Sherman, but not just using the Panzer IV here. It's all the bazooka teams and reactions. There you go. A Kednov crew already done, damaging the Panzer IV. No infantry support for the Panzer IV, by the way. No overslot, no nothing. Definitely, I think here, VonClausewitz, I think, getting a bit stressed out by Dean's attacks on the Schwerpanzer quarters. I mean, he probably wasn't expecting double pack houses. He was. He probably would have placed it inside of his base, so he couldn't easily just move up the pack houses. But again, since no American player does this, I mean, he just wasn't figuring it, and that's clearly, of course, where Dean just springs his trap. Ha ha ha! You thought I was an average American player, but I am actually a good one. Ha ha! You Nazi. So yeah, seems to be the case here so far, and. The Schwer Panzer Corps is standing, but he's just lost his Panzer IV in a matter of moments because he got too, you know, bullish about this. So it seems like for now, at least, Dean has withdrawn, realizing he might have pushed his luck a bit too far. At least there's a chance for things to break, and he just pulls back. But he's still got the upper hand. He just took out a tank. He hasn't lost his, and the Schwer Panzer Corps is about to crumple utterly. Though right now, VonClausewitz is getting 40 fuel, in fact, almost 43 fuel per minute compared to Dean there, who's at 13 fuels. I mean, in this regard, VonClausewitz can still pull a fuel advantage and maybe call up another tank, but that was still not a really good engagement, even if it did end up buying him some time there. He's still not going for any Obersoldaten, which I feel is a bit of a mistake. Second Sherman on the way by there for Dean and the 1st Armoured Division. Troops getting ready. Seizing the southern fuel here with the Dodge truck. 13 kills, by the way. That's really some good work there with the Dodge truck by Dean. And there you go. Packard is back on the job, and we can see VonClausewitz is going to go for the truck. Likely going to be a battle group headquarters, in which case he's going to try and go for the King Tiger, which is... Oh, he lost the Sturmpaniers as well. Oh, he really should have just retreated. I mean, he's clearly was aware what's happening there, so just retreat the Sturmpaniers rather than trying to keep them repairing. Ow. But anyways, it's going to be the King Tiger, I think, which is going to be kind of risky with double Shermans on the move, even when you're getting 36 fuel per minute. Double Shermans, not only double a Kednov to stop that, and all the infantry backing up, I feel is very risky. But VonClausewitz clearly believes in this, and of course, he can get out of the King Tiger. He should have a chance to upswing back versus Dean, but it's not going to be without risks. And it's honestly not what I'd recommend in the current circumstances, but it's understandable since, I mean, the thing is, if you lose your Schwer Panzer quarters, to then go for any, build it up again and go for any tank is roughly the same price as just, you know, going for the other truck you're lacking and then go for King Tiger. So, I mean, I can understand this to an extent. Again, this is, you know, rather rubbish development for VonClausewitz. Shams they're blasting away, close to 22. Folks, they're going here for the fuel cache. Unit got a wipe there, so that's pretty decent there from VonClausewitz. The problem is, of course, the Shermans are attacking his bases, now into tank weapons. Here, his support units are exposed. His truck is actually also quite exposed. Machine gun sitting up, there. Oh, he wasn't paying attention. There you go. Full wipe on the machine gun and the infantry. And he's going to destroy the machine gun as well here. VonClausewitz is down to almost nothing, and he lost the focus here because he wasn't paying attention. Oh, goodness. Apparently, grenades went off as well. This is just turning into a massacre for VonClausewitz. Or maybe it's the pack houses took them out there, more likely. Since again, Packard's are really good at wiping infantry, by the way. So right now from Clark. Oh, he lost his remaining infantry. He's down to machine guns like Kholodny and the 223. He's got nothing else left. Oh my god. Yet VonClausewitz believes in Endsieg. He's a true believer in Deutschland. So he's going to go for the King Tiger now. This is an all-in on the King Tiger, hoping that Dean apparently does not expect this and he can actually roll him back with it. We got infantry on the way though, but good god. I think most players at this stage would have just given up. Or even straight up rage quit it, but VonClausewitz clearly believes in something greater than himself. In this case, possibly just the King Tiger. He might even have a small altar where he worships the King Tiger as his, you know, deity. Right from setting out there. More mines up there. I mean, he's clearly expecting something. And he might in fact be expecting the King Tiger, but the question is, will he be ready for it with what he's doing there? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly do not know. I mean, this match has already in many cases defied most expectations I could have had for an American versus Oberkommando West match. So honestly, I have no idea where this could be going. Sort of up there, he's salvaging for extra fuel to help speed up that King Tiger even by half a minute. Dart Shot good to go, Sherman's good to go. Packard is hanging back. What will happen, I do not know. There we go, salvaged. He is not far off from the King Tiger, but it's still going to be minutes. It's going to be minutes where he's slowly bleeding out of victory points. We got a third Sherman on the way there for Dean. Again, triple Sherman, 76 versions by the way there. There's the King Tiger. Of course, they can easily switch over to the HVAC rounds if they want to, though. Technically, tank crews did not have access to HVAC rounds. They did not have a lot of them. They were pretty much prioritized for tank destroyer crews. So, a little note there. Of course, that's not to say the tank crews maybe couldn't just gut them via other means. I mean, some of them were quite enterprising scavengers. I mean, some were able to just get extra armor plating to weld onto the front of the tank, for example. So sneaking in some extra armor piercing rounds from they weren't supposed to have. I wouldn't say it's completely unlikely, but it wouldn't have been right on paper. But yeah, some tank crews basically just make improvised jumbo shells, for example, just welding extra slabs of armor to the tank. VonClausewitz is clearly stalling. We can see that he's getting bombarded inside his base by the double pack howitzers. Dean is clearly feeling emboldened here versus VonClausewitz. King Tiger is not far off. Tanks are moving ahead. He's launching a major assault on the base. The artillery's hammering in. They're hoping to catch anything up. The tanks straying from the south. And meanwhile, VonClausewitz is just hiding everything up north. He's just thinking, whatever comes, I just gotta wait for the King Tiger. There you go. Sherman attacking, flat in place, about to go down. King Tiger is moments away. He got 96 versus 40. And again, massive force difference here. Massive force difference. Mechanized in front, got the Kim's looking at the Sherman, one down to half health. Might be able to take it out here with a bit of luck. Oh, one got away. King Tiger, there's a bit of a hit from VonClausewitz. King Tiger's good to go. Achtung, Achtung, schwerer Panzer. Headquarters there getting blasted by the bazooka fire and the tank fire. King Tiger arrives here. Adding the pin mark machine, not the tank command, is a bit of a strange choice there to me by VonClausewitz. I would have figured he'd go for the tank command just for the extra line of sight range, the explorer's range bed. But there you go, tank down. Leeson's there, bunched up out in the open. King Tiger shoots, gets a single kill there, so now Dean knows there's a King Tiger on the field. He still, of course, has a larger force with more tanks. Sturmpanzer is captain on north. Sturmpanzer probably got a machine that could support them. Very good, very good. And right now, VonClausewitz is going to have to play his King Tiger like a master. And there you go, unit got wiped on retreat by a grenade. By the looks of it.
The capture point is under attack.
Really horrific stuff for VonClausewitz, going for more Sturm Pioneers because he knows everything is now riding on that King Tiger, meaning he's going to need Sturm Pioneers to keep that going as fast as possible. And if it suffers any damage, that needs to be fixed ASAP. So double Sturmpanies in this context makes a ton of sense. Heading the victory point, we got 193 versus 202. Dean is falling back for now. The King Tiger's on the loose. King Tiger's heading out there for VonClausewitz.
A capture point is under attack.
3 kills there. Hitting the calf point, hitting the victory point. Hit their shoots and nice hit on the fuel cache, destroys it. Of course, needs to be careful not to extend like he did with his Panda 4. That definitely really did not do VonClausewitz a lot of favours in the slightest. Grab the centre victory point, grab the calf points and everything else. Using points here and there. Jack's on the way there for Dean to help deal with the King Tiger. Very good choice. Very good choice. He probably wants to begin laying down mines for the Sturmpanies to catch up any tanks, but also infantry. I mean, he's got a lot of munitions. He's got 2 Sturmpanier squads. Mines would make a ton of sense for VonClausewitz. Maybe also consider just adding in Panzerstreiks to help protect in case the shipmen swarm the King Tongue, in which case the Panzerstreiks can help with a bit of extra damage there. But he definitely should be spending those munitions as aggressively as possible. Jackson halfway down there, Dean heading northwards. Southwards, we've also got a bit of movement, at least lining up for something. Basuga team's good to go. No sign of mines. We'll obviously from closer goes for next. He of course salvage this. He can salvage this for a bit of extra fuel. King Tiger moving ahead. Needs to keep that of course supported properly. Got Dean striking northwards here with the first armour. Jackson down there for Dean and Freedom. King Tiger moving ahead there, way ahead again. He's just rolling in without any support. This is not recommendable. No sign of mines. Finding in the centre. Dart shot racing in here. Montage was planning. Leken's banging up there. Good hit there on the dart shot. Misses it though. Artillery called in. They're about to take out the machine gun in the centre. Not a bad move there. Machine gun makes it out there just in time for the artillery, I think, strikes down. Oh, that was rather slow. Maybe that was just decoy smoke. Possible. I think it has it. Machine gun right on the north is going to need support in the centre there. Things are crumbling away as well. We got 175 versus 138. Mines being laid down there by Dean. Lots of the light anti-vehicle mines.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Sherman hanging back here. King Tiger northward. Sturmpanies backing out. Very good, very good. Front's being seized. There we go. Full Sturmpanies towards installations under fire. And Trot on the way there for VonClausewitz. At this stage, I think it's going to be in the Schwerpanzer headquarters. Again, he's got the Belgrade headquarters mechanized at this stage. I don't think we'd add him a lot, so I'm not planning for another Schwerpanzer course up to defend points, getting more Orbsladen, or some Orbsladen in the first place, and almost more armour. I mean, in the current situation, I'd probably recommend a Jagdpanzer though, with all the stuff out there. Sturmpanier is routed. Got to wipe somewhere, I think, there on Dean, which is good for VonClausewitz. They're still always in a pretty sticky spot. Still, no mines whatsoever. I mean, VonClausewitz munitions hump is just growing ever larger and larger, like he's trying to save up for some sort of hideout in Argentina. MD-34 there, setting up to deal with the lieutenant, or at least attempt to. Low on health though, expose that in the open as well. Not got spot. King Tiger was shown up north. We got heat rounds being popped here on the King Tiger. Okay, oh, is starting there to stay afloat. So there you go, King Tiger pushed away that Sherman, not that it actually did any damage. We've got Scotsman, we got into tank guns all the way there for Dean. Bringing up a lot of support weapons, even though his infantry complement is starting to look a bit weak, which could be a chance for VonClausewitz to push back with a few good Obersoldaten and a Jagdpanzer. McKenna was screaming about here. Victory points is 112 versus 138. Still lots of munitions being fired there from VonClausewitz, and really again, he just laid down mines. I honestly think mines will do him a lot of good. And maybe some Panzerstreiks or mines. Panzerstreiks overall. Kholodny, they're taking the Sherman down to half health. Very good. Scott blasting the Kholodny's moving up. King Tiger is not doing a lot there. He's not doing a lot there. Entering for the cutoff point there, rushing for the pack cards as well. King Tiger on the move again. Kholodny lands nice hit with Jackson, taking down to half of the jump. I was about to get murdered by the captain. No veteran free with a bar. Up north here, King Tiger has the rifle there. No veterans in the cap popping out to tank rifle there on the King Tiger. Pretty lucky there from VonClausewitz. 87 versus 138. Back here, commanding quarters remains a bit of ruin, but is still operable. Captain charging into the machine gun there. Captain Jones, oh god, they're suppressing us. And there you go, pinned down. Machine gun that needs to retreat to the double pack houses, and the Scott are managing all bombarding that machine gun. I mean, it is quickly bleeding out there in the face of Dean's devastating artillery deluge. King Tiger being fixed up, fighting from the north here. We got the Sherman in there. Shroud punted quarters up. Again, Oberzon could be a nice addition here, but otherwise I'd probably suggest a Yak Panzer here for VonClausewitz to help deal with the Shermans and the Jackson tank destroyer from a safe distance. That way, mostly back up the King Tiger doing an attack. Dean floating more and more munitions. No sign of any combined arms abilities. Oh, that Kholodny needs to get away. Getting lucky there, dodging a lot of shots. We've got the bazooka teams being hauled ahead here by Dean, and the first armed division to go for the centre victory point. Fixing up the King Tiger. Assault rifles up in the full these, very good. At least some of his munitions are getting used, but again, mines really would do VonClausewitz, I think, a lot of good here and there. It seems like VonClausewitz is not aware of that possibility. King Tiger shoots. Might have gotten a kill there, but it seems to have done not a lot there as such. Nation's falling back. Okay, nothing moving ahead. Jackson Scott hanging about, season points here. Okay, nothing machine guns moving about. King Tiger shooting, and there we go. Lands a nice hit with taking return hits from there to tank and Student Park need to retreat, but they're wiped out with the pack cards before they even stand a chance. Full to Student Park relations in a lot of trouble. King Tiger could take out the anti-tank, and now they're moving up. Huge retreat here from all the rear echelons. Massive assault rifle push there by VonClausewitz. Don't think he can get a wipe on any of them, though of course that'd be quite helpful for him. King Tiger needs to get moving ahead there for the fatherland. He's actually moving backwards, leaving the infantry out to dry there in the centre of Dean's territory, which I think is less than amazing. Going for that pack cart, and then to kill the crew, might even be able to then salvage it. I mean, he's not going to be able to run away with it, so his best bet is just to salvage it. Pretty risky stuff there. And he does pull it off there, denying Dean one of his pack cards. It's a small tactical victory in a sea of, well, bad. King Tiger there with 14 kills, close to veteran G1. I feel like at times he could be using the King Tiger more aggressive than he actually is. I mean, obviously he doesn't want to play it recklessly like the pan before, but it sort of feels like he's just pushing it too far without really doing anything. He's just sitting about with it doing nothing. And he's not really, getting in there where it really matters a lot of the time. And again, here March have done great. Being able to bait in the tanks, taking them out, maybe just destroy these little King Tigers. So, there's a guy for VonClausewitz, I feel like is not being good users of munition. But there you go. Jackson down to the King Tiger in his heat rounds. Stands no chance. Shove there going in for it. 17 kills. Almost got the second Sherman. Up north, the Sherman goes down to the Kholodny. Very good. Dean here is taking massive casualties now there. Maybe overextending, getting a bit too confident. Jump out squad go down, which actually leaves VonClausewitz with no way to repair his King Tiger. That's so much going on there. Volkswagen Lieutenant there is holding up nicely. Need to retreat some of the Volkswagen. That's going to be another wipe. Then meaning VonClausewitz bleeding out infantry again. More Sturm Pioneers on the way, which of course is absolutely crucial, but he's going to need more infantry as well overall. He's just going to need more everything. Now the Jackson for Dean. 35 versus 111. I feel like he suffered some needless losses there with some of his troops. And there you go, like Ken, Veteran 4 is dead. He needs more Sturmparnies, he needs more infantry. He's going for a Panther 4. And I guess maybe it is something a bit more Jagdpanzer shaped, but we'll have to see. And of course, Obersoldaten would still be an amazing choice versus all of Dean's infantry. Because the bazooka teams will be completely dead, I think, versus the Obersoldaten with the light machine gun. So I feel like, again, VonClausewitz is making a lot of these unfortunate moves, but he's just making it easier for Dean to sort of get back into the game. I mean, no mines, or even boom traps from Obersoldaten makes it a lot easier to push. And there you go, King Tiger's about to get rushed by bazooka teams. Another mistake there. I feel like you're going to go send the King Tiger. You should be aware, of course, of the bazooka swarm there. So there you go, King Tiger down. So with this big win there for Dean, VonClausewitz is back in a really tight spot there. I mean, he has shown he can get back. I don't think they're managing an absolutely amazing comeback with that King Tiger, but he's kind of seemingly managed to waste it, come back again. Motion down there, nice use there by Dean. Sturm Punch like Kevin moving in. Panther 4 is good to go there for VonClausewitz. Obersoldaten would still, I think, really carry him far here. B echelons routed like Kevin moving out. Panther 4 on the move, needs to be careful. Of course, there's a bazooka team, so there's potentially a lot of things about there. Another Scott here for Dean and the 1st Armoured Division. Panther 4 shoots, misses. Panther Commander's being added, but he needs to get out of there before the Jackson takes it out. In with the heat runs, with Jackson getting the first shot there, the Panther 4's not in a good spot. Like Kevin creeping up north, we got the MD-34 inside the shed here, there's the Rifleman. I want to pop some innocent gamma piercing rounds here, and there we go, he actually uses that ability, nice. Dean on the hand is not really using a lot of his munitions. I mean, again, I'm surprised considering everything else he's not been using combined arms at all, despite that being a really good ability. Up north slowly dying out here to the MD-34. Low on health. Close to death. Got a pack out coming up here. That's probably going to knock out the shed. Hiding a bit the danger here of the shed. Fighting position down. 29 versus 104, still pretty close, but not looking amazing from VonClausewitz. But again, he could pull it off. He is slowly recovering here against Dean, but there we go. The machine gun is entombed as the shed collapses. Mein Gott, nein! Watch out! Those very thin planks could kill you, Jürgen. Nein! And this is kind of funny, I mean, those aren't exactly the world's heaviest looking structure. Anyways, Panther 4 being fixed up there. But those pack counters there, and the Scots have just done really amazing work there for Dean. $27 versus 104. Obersoldaten would still be a really solid choice here for the Germans. But, salvaging at least, good. No mines, still. Salvaging up north as well. I mean, he's consistently salvaging. That's actually great. I see most Oberkommando players never salvaging at all. So, I mean, I gotta commend for VonClausewitz on that, despite some of his other mishaps and mistakes. But, and at least he's salvaging for fuel consistently. That's good. 100 points left here for Dean, for America, freedom, democracy. Sturmpanzer finally got the Panther flying from the north. He's looking to. Oh, he's going to drive straight into the mine. Right from Jackson, bad news. Quickly backing off there, though. As fast as he can. Sturmpanzer in the center holding up, but he can't for much longer. Another Panther from VonClausewitz. Still no additional infantry. Fight for the southern point here. Lieutenant versus Fulton Grenadiers. We've got the Scott moving up as well. I think that's going to be a lost engagement there for VonClausewitz. Grenades off as well. He's not paying attention. Oh dear, that's going to be a wipe there, I think. Or at least close to a wipe as possible. Second Panther almost down there for VonClausewitz. But the situation is deteriorating by the moment. Using the Jackson crew to... well, not actually using that to fix it. We got cavalry rifle out here for Dean. Realize, of course, he still needs more infantry. In this case, possibly a bit more offensive infantry. Comparatively, VonClausewitz hasn't bothered at all with Obersoldaten. Much to my dismay. Scotland's a nice hit, and the focus is getting off, so it kills the rifle and the captain. They're finishing off the rest. There you go, full white again. Scots are really good alongside the pack out of just murdering German infantry. I really cannot stress that enough. You'd be surprised at how few American players actually go from consistently. We can see again, apparently someone has been doing it consistent enough to them to actually nerf the pack howitzer. Panzer IV moving up there. Cannon almost down, machine gun almost down. Panzer IV's there blasting at the advancing infantry there. Tank commander being out to another one. There we go, Rifle getting blasted. But VonClausewitz is down to just 19 victory points versus Dean's 90. The common theme, though, of course, being 9. Which I'm sure VonClausewitz is also shouting 999. Anyway, small focus there for VonClausewitz. Panzer IV with 2 kills, veterancy 1. Going for the point, you can see smokes in this obfuscating, making it harder for the tanks to support the infantry to push ahead. Thompson's on the cavalry rifleman. Still a shame he hasn't used combined arms at all. But not the end of the world. Jackson shooting down to 11 points. Surprised he's not trying to rush the northern victory point at all. Seems like he's just figuring his opponent out on the machine gun. Ooh, Maxi Manson into tank section on the Panther IV, taking out one of VonClausewitz Panther IVs. So this is the cavalry rifleman. I would say his infantry squad for tank is pretty good, and he still has his opponent very much by the throat here. But can never done. The double Scots, and there you go with this VonClausewitz. Will to resist the Americans is broken. A brutal fight here. Victory for America, freedom, democracy. Comeback from the German, but in the end it just wasn't enough. VonClausewitz, I feel like, consistently kept sort of making these crucially unhelpful mistakes that really just allowed Dean to pull through. Dean really, I think, played very interestingly with the Americans. Really good moves. Again, overall disappointing everyone from combined arms. Those mining, consistent barbed wiring, use of units you don't see a lot of, flanks and all that. Very good work there from Clausewitz. I think should have gone for Obersoldaten, and I should have used this King Tiger, I think, a bit more wisely. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but no, don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and Cheers. Thanks for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another nice episode. Bye.